It's a duckling. It's a duckling, D. Hi, Ashton.
Matthew 2. Now when Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he that is born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east, and are come to worship him. When Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where Christ should be born. And they said unto him, In Bethlehem.
Hi, Double. How are you? I still don't have a voice. How are you, Double? They think I'm a joke. I think I have about 12 that are hatching outside. But these here, they started attracting ants, and the mother actually kicked them out of the nest. So what I did was I got them and I put some diatomaceous earth inside of the nest, so it can kind of get rid of the ants in there, and hopefully the rest of them will hatch either tonight or tomorrow. But she had hatched these two out, so I brought them in. They were shrink wrapped because she stopped sitting on them and just kicked them out. So I'm hoping that I can get them to hatch. They're looking pretty good, looking pretty strong. Once they hatch, I'll take them out and give them back to her. The moisture when ducks are hatching, the moisture, and this could happen with chickens too, but I know it's common with ducks. Well, I just found out today that it's common with ducks. The moisture and the protein that starts to the I'm sorry, the moisture and the protein that starts to develop once the chicks pip and start hatching, it does attract ants. And unfortunately, these were, the red ants, the fire ants. And she just kicked them out. So I do a video on everything. So I'm hoping that I hope with that I'm just gonna say these girls that they hatch okay. Like I said, they were shrink wrapped, and I was able to go in and help them a little, and hopefully they can make it out the rest of the way. But they seem to be coming along pretty good. That's awesome about your Crosby. That's awesome. They get really attached. That's one thing I've learned. The ones that I let the hens raise themselves, they aren't as friendly and they aren't as attached as the ones that we hand raise. Of course, they always, sorry, they always seem to be just a lot more attached. I'm hoping I don't have to help them out anymore because I hate opening it up. Hopefully I loosen it up enough that they can get out on their own. Excuse me. Yeah, those crossbeaks. I have a crossbeak named Dory. I named her after Dory on Finding Nemo. And those crossbeaks are the sweetest. They are the sweetest. She's a good mom. She's hatched out. She's gone broody. I think like she's gone broody about 2 or 3 times. She's hatched out a couple of eggs. But I love my crossbeak Dory. I was worried about it at first. I thought that she wasn't going to be able to eat or drink or anything when she was younger. But she has been here going on 2 years. Not had any problems at all. Excellent mom. She's so loving. Yeah, I think they're going to be strong enough. They look pretty strong. I'm going to have to switch and go get my MacBook because I cannot use my voice anymore. Yeah, they adjust really well with other chickens. She won't have a problem. What I usually do is I take them and I put them inside like a dog crate or a dog kennel. So the other chickens can see them. They can see the other chickens, kind of get used to them. I do that for like 2 weeks to a month, depending on what the temperature looks like, depending on how old they are. Yeah, so that's what I usually do. But yeah, they get along really, really well. Yeah, that's good. Good night. Have a good day at work tomorrow. Hey, Big T. Hey, Big Jim. Thank you so much, Big Jim. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Big Jim. It's going towards duck feed. Yeah, I'm on the strict orders from the doctor not to talk, but it's hard. I'm gonna say this really quickly, and then I'm gonna shut up. So, I have a Muscovy hen. I actually have 4 Muscovies that are sitting. I didn't know that when ducks start to hatch that the moisture and the proteins attracts ants. So these 2 eggs were covered in ants, and the mom kicked them out of the nest. So I got the eggs, I covered the nest in diatomaceous earth to kind of keep the ants away. So these are 2 that I saved that she just completely kicked out of the nest because the humidity's gone up. She completely kicked these out of the nest because of the ants and the gnats that were being attracted. So by the grace of God, I was able to save them, and hopefully they make it okay. Little concerned about this one because they're gonna be fine. They're gonna be just fine. Yeah, I couldn't just leave them there, so I just kept blowing on them until, the ants got it. Like, there was still some ants in there. There are actually some ants inside of my incubator. So I take that back. I'm not concerned. You're right. God's got it. God's got them. So what I'm going to do is once they dry off, I'm just going to take them back because there's still about 12, 13, 14 that had pipped. Yeah, the ants were inside of the egg. So they ended up, when I bought the eggs in, I bought the ants in with the egg. So once they dry off tomorrow morning, I'm going to take them and just put them back in there with their mom. Yeah. And then once I do that, I'll be able to get the ants out of the incubator. I actually have, I don't know. I don't know. actually have to go to speech therapy about my voice. But I was at church outdoors yesterday and it was raining, so I think that has kind of contributed to some things. But I'm healed in Jesus' name. I'm standing on that. I'm standing firm on that. But yeah, I have my first session tomorrow, and we're gonna see how many sessions it takes for my voice to be completely restored back. Yep, I don't know if you can hear the spoon in the tea. So I have some tea, and I put some actual honey, lemon, and candy canes, peppermint sticks inside of the tea. So that's actually what I'm doing now. Yes. And then I had to change the timer because these eggs that are in here are on day 18, so they were still turning. So I had to adjust the timer so that they would stop turning so frequently. I think it's set on every 4 hours, but where I have the ducks, I took the sides out, the dividers out, so I think they're gonna be fine. But yeah, all in the homestead life. So I think with them being so close to hatching that, day 18, stopping the turning or slowing down the turning at day 18, it should not affect anything. Congratulations, Big Jim. You have to really know your stuff when you're judging poetry. I went to a poetry show and I thought that like my Rhode Island Reds, the hatchery Rhode Island Reds that I had, I thought that they were like Rhode Island Reds, but actually seeing the Standard of Perfections there, that's what made me want to seek out Standard of Perfection Rhode Island Reds. So I can't wait to see what the ones I have now are gonna look like. It's a lot, like the different flaws and imperfections, just minute things. And people spend years and a fortune just to get the perfect chicken. I was doing that with my black couple Morans as well. I stopped breeding my black couple Morans for egg color, but I wanted to breed them for the Standard of Perfection breed, and it's difficult. It is difficult. Because I've crossbred and bred maybe like 4 or 5, no, maybe 3 or 4 times. And I still don't have I'm getting closer to the Standard of Perfection. But then you end up like with a bunch of birds that don't meet the standard. APA standard. It, yeah, it's a lot. I can only imagine. Yeah, now I decided to just do it for fun. It was too stressful. Now I may enter my Rhode Island Reds next year because they are definitely um a standard of perfection exhibition line. So I may, just for the fun of it, enter a couple next year. Yeah. So what they say it is with my throat is called muscle tension dysphonia, where when I speak, my vocal cords are using the wrong muscles. So that's why it's so painful. Because, and some days, sometimes my voice sounds normal, but it's still painful to speak. And then you have other days where it sounds like this. So I have to go through the speech therapy to retrain my vocal cords to use the right muscles. Because right now, whenever I talk or I make a sound, the wrong muscles are rubbing together in my throat. So even when my voice comes back normal, it's still extremely painful when I speak. But and that's why I am not supposed to be speaking until, I complete speech therapy and everything is, and we retrain my vocal cords. So, but I thank God for it. Yeah, the pens are still a work in progress. I'm hoping my husband and I can get them finished by the time it gets summertime, because it's already high 80s, 90 degrees here now. We're just, still in spring. I should, but my MacBook is in the back, and then I don't want to go into my office and get on my Mac Mini. So, and for some reason I cannot type while I'm on live on my phone unless I just don't know what I'm doing. And my iPad is charging, so I have all of these. I have all of these Apple devices. Really? And I've been told I have a beautiful handwriting. And I can actually write. I'm old enough to actually know how to write in cursive. I need to look into it. Thank you for that information. I'm gonna look her up. Thank you so much, Big Jim. I appreciate it. Yeah, when I've had different temptations on changing what I do here, I've been told, you know how they have like the YouTube um, classes that teach you how to grow your following and things of that sort. And I've been told that what I do here, I'm never going to really make a lot of money or gain a large following. I need to get into like the celebrity gossip niche or the reacting and things like that. But I I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. It would be nice because I do when I do the long form videos, I do put a lot of time, money into my equipment, my editing software, things of that sort. So it would be nice, but I don't want to sell out just to make a couple of dollars on YouTube. Like no one's really interested in the stuff that I do. Not a lot of people are really interested in the things that I do, but those that are, we are pretty much like a little tight knit community here. Like when I post a long form video, thank you so much, Big Jim. When I post like a long form video, like a lot of times I don't even get 100 views. And I watch other YouTube channels sometimes, and some of the men bashing channels, and you have like they'll get in there, the women bashing, the men bashing channels, and there people are getting there and they're giving like $500, $400, $200, and I'm like, but all they're doing is spewing hate, and it can be easy for me to change what I talk about and just bash. I can be one of those he-man woman hater and bash other women or bash men, but people are not gonna get to know Jesus that way. People are not gonna get to know Jesus that way. Gotta show love. Yeah, yeah. Just like when Jesus, when he went up to, when the devil took him up to the mountain, to the pinnacle, and he was like, all these things I give unto thee if you bow down and worship me. This one has not opened his eyes. It was shrink wrapped, so his eyes may be stuck together. The lids may be stuck, but I have noticed it hasn't opened his eyes. I may have to, when I take it out tomorrow, I may have to get a Q-tip and wet his eyes. I'm hoping that ants did not. You notice that? See, it's not opening his eyes. His eyes are not open. She'll be okay. Yeah, it's I was telling my dad today that I was going out and I lay in my hammock and a lot of times I sleep outside, nap outside during the daytime over by Woody. And I was just telling him, I just look around and I see God in everything and the flowers and the trees. It's like you cannot see a sunrise or a sunset. You cannot look and see all the things that are going on and not believe that Jesus is not real. It's like this morning I picked some plums and I ate, plums for breakfast this morning. And I just gave thanks to God. That's one of the hardest things about not talking. And that's one of the hardest things about not talking is I cannot really minister or tell people about God or Jesus the way that I really want to. But I've been doing just a lot of writing and I need to put it on my website blog. I need to do that. I mean, I look at it all the time. How sometimes I may get worried, and the Bible tells us, that, not to worry. God's going to take care of us. He's going to supply all of our needs according to His riches and His glory. And I look at it sometimes and I look at how my animals, like, they know they're going to be taken care of. They know I'm going to feed them. They know I'm going to feed them. They know I'm going to take care of them. They know I'm going to, my husband gets on me about that a lot. It's like sometimes I kind of question different things when I don't have anything to worry about. I thank God for my husband, and how he just, if I think about something, he makes sure that I'm good. Make sure that not only I have my needs, but I have my wants. And God blesses him and he blesses me. And it's just, sometimes it's easy to, take your blessings for granted. And that's what I'm learning. Even my voice. Like, I never thought that I would lose my voice. I never thought I would lose my voice. I think about all the times that I could have said this or I could have said that, but I didn't. And then there were like weeks where I couldn't talk at all. Like, no sound, literally no sound would come out. Okay, I feel better. She just opened her eye. I feel better now. Okay, there it is. There it is. I feel better. That eye is open. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah, we take so much for granted. You can also talk about learning how to coach through God. Yeah, it's a lot of things like how I am a licensed master gardener, but a lot of things that I've learned how to grow and how to reproduce food, God has given me the knowledge on how he's literally taught me how to do it. I do too. I really should be going to bed, but this never gets old. This never gets old. Like, I see God in this. Like, I went out this morning and I heard like a tweet, 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 tweet. And one of my hens had hatched out her own chicks this morning. So, I mean, God is in everything. And how he teaches us, we never know what the future is gonna bring. Like when I started training the puppies, I started training Woody and Phoebe. I I started training Woody and Phoebe. I started training them using hand signals as well. And I trained them like that because I know German Shepherds can lose their hearing. I never thought it would be because I was going to lose my voice. I'm like, God, you knew this was going to happen. So now I can give Woody and Phoebe commands and they understand. And I don't have to say a word. And God knew this was going to happen. Yeah, I almost got another one. I almost got a Great Pyrenees. But God was like, no, no, no. Use him. He gave me a little bit of wisdom. Now, Woody, I did get an electric fence because I'm about to work with Woody to be able to patrol the yard without being on a tether or a leash or anything like that. So Woody is about to go into training. Dobermans are amazing. I don't know if you watched the guy here on YouTube. I cannot remember his name. I think it's like Xavier. He has 3 Dobermans. It's like Knox Jr. and Bear. I don't know if you've ever seen that guy here on YouTube. But he has like those Doberman pictures. I'm convinced they are human. They are not dogs. They are human. I think his name is Xavier. But I keep hearing about auctions. I have not been yet, but when I get ready to get my donkey, and if I do decide to get goats, that's definitely where I'm going. I'm going to an auction. Look up Xavier Knox and follow him. He has 3 Dobermans and they are absolutely amazing. They are the funniest dogs in the world. Kind of makes me want to get into doing more content with my dogs. Cause the things that Woody, Phoebe, Noah, and Ginger do it is comedic gold. Yes, the big ones, yeah. Yeah. Yes, I can see it chattering right there in the front. It's ready to come out. Want to get out? Um, the duck, these are Muscovy ducks. So Muscovy ducks are like 35, 40 days. So the 16th was day 35. So what is today? Is today the 19th? Or is today the 20th? So they're like on day 39, 40. Muscovy ducks take a little longer to hatch. Because she started sitting on April the 11th. And I had marked her hatch date for May the 15th or 16th. Yeah, Muscovies are a minimum of 35 days. Yeah, they're a little longer. So I think these are at like 39, 40 days, depending on what today's date is. I think it depends on the type of duck. I think most of the places that I read was 35 days. But yeah, she sat April the 11th is when she started sitting. So yeah, I think turkeys are 28 to 30. I can't remember turkeys. Yeah, something about Muscovy's where they just take longer. And then I have, besides this mom here, I have 3 more Muscovy sitting. So I have a total of 4 Muscovy sitting, and I have 5 Muscovy hens. So I don't know if that last one is gonna sit or not. Oh no! I'm sorry, Big Jim. I had some chicks that I'm raising inside my barn shed, and I lost like I think 12 of them the other day because it just got too hot. And that's why I say so many people always worry about the wintertime when it comes to chickens, but I've lost more chickens because of the heat than I have. Oh, darn. I've lost more chickens because of the heat than I have because of the cold. And I had some that drowned because I had them in a tote inside of um, the pen that I'm building. And where I had them sitting, I didn't know that there was a leak there, and it was raining so hard that the tote actually filled up with rainwater, and we lost quite a bit of the ones that I had hatched out. So it's hard to it's hard to lose animals, but that's what I tell a lot of people. You kind of have to really get really get used to it, and that's something that we can never do. It'll never be normal to me to lose a life on the homestead. And I know we're supposed to just get used to it because it's a part of it, but I don't think that's something I'll ever just get used to. I don't know. It's rough because I get so attached to them. Like, not having kids, it's like my animals are my kids, you know? And I'm learning to stop naming them. Um, I'm learning to stop naming them because it makes it easier, especially if I plan on, you know, sending some to freezer camp. I have to stop naming them. Yes, life and death both are a blessing. It's part of life. And I try to look at it like everything happens for reasons. The ones that overheated in the barn shed, the ones that drowned in the toad, I try to look at it as everything happened for a reason. You know. All right, Big Jim. Thank you so much for the donations. Thank you for stopping by to talk to me, and thank you just for everything. And you have a blessed night. I'm about to go to bed myself. Just gonna leave the live running. I'll cut it off in the morning. Then I can at least watch it back and see what happened. Have a blessed night, Big Jim.